Welcome back. The Cross River State House of Assembly witnessed scenes resembling a round of Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury on Wednesday, when 17 members out of the 25 members of the House of Assembly moved to impeach Speaker Elvert Ayambem for alleged misappropriation of funds, amongst other grounds, in a motion moved by Honorable Effiong Mekarika, who represents the good people of Calabar South Constituency 1. All right. Now, a physical, he was also that motion to impeach the speaker was seconded by Honorable Omang Charles Omang. Omang Charles Omang represents Bekwara State constituency. But something transpired there. A physical altercation ensued when a lawmaker tried to take the mace of the House. Now, Honorable Ekarika, who moved the motion of impeachment, got down from his seat and went and prevented the Honorable from taking the mace, and he grabbed it from him, and that led to some sort of altercation and unrest in the House. It wasn't too nice. Well, the scenes of the impeached speaker, according to the notice of impeachment that was circulated amongst the media, include alleged misappropriation, let me say, of 48 million naira meant for the payment of electricity bills of the assembly complex and quarters. So is it that they don't have light? Misappropriation allegedly of 2% of all revenue collected by the Internal Revenue Service monthly to the tune of 404 million naira. Alleged misappropriation of the sum of 19,437,844 naira from local government deductions and 11-month deductions, which he allegedly failed to disclose to members. Alleged incompetence or wrongdoing or wrong conduct of plenary proceedings, alleged unparliamentary way of conducting proceedings, appointment of members to move or second motions rather than allowing interested members to raise their hands, alleged non-compliance with the Cross River State Legislature Funds Management Law 2021, alleged arbitrary approval of expenditure in flagrant breach of the provisions of Section 9 Subsection 1 of the Cross River State Legislature Funds Management Law 2021 and approvals beyond the limit which the Speaker can approve, contrary to Section 9 Sub 10 of the Cross River State Legislature Funds Management Law 2021. That's quite an important law. Well, Jonathan Ugbal is the acting manager of Cross River Watch publication in Cross River State, and he joins us via a video link. Jonathan, it's good to see you.
Very much, Kofi. It's wonderful seeing you and you having me as guest. I mean, not so many people will know, but I sort of learned a bit from you while you were back here in the States, and now you having me as guest. It's just...
Right. Jonathan, what's your reaction to the impeachment of the Speaker?
Well, at this point, a news outlet some 30 minutes ago claiming that the most ranking member in the 10th, Right Honorable Hilary Bison, representing Boki 1, he's the 10th term member, has been elected Speaker, replacing Right Honorable Elvert Ayambem. However, who said that the Speaker was never impeached. There's also this point where when you watch the video, which we also, after Honorable Ekarika, the sergeant at arms moved to, lift the mace, signifying the end of proceedings. And it became rowdy. Unfortunately, the video is short. It does not show what happened. I've tried to reach out to a couple of members to find out what happened afterwards, but none, they just all keep referring me to the press conference they held at the Mega Hilton Hotel of Assembly complex. As it stands right now, nothing is going on in the Assembly. The Speaker insists that he has not been impeached, that no proper procedure was followed, that he was not given 72 hours prior notification. while the other 17 members who signed the document that is circulating in the media space have insisted that he has been impeached. As a matter of fact, some of us were at the House of Assembly earlier on today because we got information that the remaining 17 members want to elect a new speaker. But,
Well, Jonathan, you were talking about the process of law, but I want to speak to the allegations that have been raised against Speaker Ayambem. What's your take on that? Because we're hearing things like misappropriation of funds to the tune of 49 million naira, funds meant for the payment of the House of Assembly's electricity bill. Have they been having power outage there? And some Internal Revenue Service allocation and all that. So what's your take rather on these allegations against Speaker or former Speaker Ayambem?
Well, there's no politician in Nigeria that is strange to allegations of financial misappropriation. I mean, that's practically the norm, and not just only the Fourth Democratic Republic, which we are in, we started in 1999. It's something that has been happening all around. So when this came out, it's not the first time. It's nothing new. As at the time the 10th Assembly was inaugurated in June last year, and by the time they moved into the Assembly quarters and they were allocated offices, complaints of non-funding of opposition members and favoritism by the Speaker were actually rife amongst the members. Protest, but that was actually quelled after certain political meetings. So the issue of misappropriation of funding, I won't take that. That doesn't come as a surprise to me because they complain about this. And if you listen to Honorable Omang Charles Omang Esquire, the member representative of Choir in the press conference he held at Transcorp Hotel in Calabar, shortly after the crazy thing that happened, the drama at the Assembly Hall, you hear him say clearly that the member who he shares his flat with, he had to drill their own boreholes and to get electricity. Now, all 25 members of the Assembly are provided quarters at a Corinum in Calabar. It's a hydro area, and it's actually a gated community as well, with a very beautiful scenery as it were. But over the years, that place has been an eyesore. Year in, year out, at the inauguration of every assembly, some of them got resources to actually renovate these apartments. Some even leased out this apartment to family members and others, as the case may be, and did not necessarily leave it. The allegation of financial misappropriation does not come as a surprise to me. However, it's the history of Nigerian politics is rife with giving a dog a bad name to also hang it. So I'm not saying that as the Speaker or former Speaker Ayambem, as the case may be, actually sold this money. That would be for the members themselves to go take their case either before the law enforcement agencies to decide whether he has committed a crime, and that of course will be criminal, and he'll be charged to court. I mean, lawmakers don't have immunity as well. We saw what happened with the EFCC and the former Deputy Senate President Ike Kwemadu, who is now locked up in the UK, as it were. So that is just my opinion. It's nothing new, but we beyond the media we've seen from his colleagues, the 17 members, we would love to see a situation where I've reached out to some of them, asking them if they have petitioned the EFCC.
All right, Jonathan, I don't know if you can hear me, but you talked about, due process, and the Speaker, talking about us saying that due process was not followed. And we're aware of what's been happening, across the country. Sometimes these things do not follow due process. But in this case, from your analysis, do you think that the processes as prescribed by the law were adhered to?
It's difficult to say because the problem in Nigeria is not usually the laws. We have very clear laws, but usually it's the implementation of the laws. I mean, I, for one, and as an organization across the world, as well as several activists here in Cross River State, have taken both the occasion, the Federal High Court, the Calabar Division, at that time, the House of Assembly was whatever these folks decide is just what they want to. House of Assemblies are run. They also have their rules and orders that they follow. And if you listen to that video and watch that, carefully analyzing that video, you see that after complaints by Honorable Karika, who is popularly known as Obama anyway, well, after his complaint, he now relied on the particular order rule of the House to move the motion for impeachment, basically saying a vote of no confidence of the Speaker. And that was quickly seconded by Honorable the plenary was ongoing. That's why the question was ongoing. And I wonder why he was doing that anyway. But the mere fact that the sergeant at arms moved immediately to grab the mace suggests that these things were already planned long before that. And mind you, these things did not just start today. I've also received credible information telling me that the running battles between the Elvert Ayambem and the former governor Benedict Ayadi, something that was not published, but I witnessed the former governor at the funeral of his father-in-law, the late Ingubel Ako Francis, just a couple of weeks back, actually scolded the speaker in public in the presence of his colleagues and other political actors, asking him why he did a couple of other things, rushing to the media about the way certain things were being done by his administration, talking about industries and properties and businesses of the Kosovo State government. Now, several members actually reached out to me asking for audio of that very episode, which I decried because we had not gone public with it. I also wanted to get information from both parties before proceeding. So these things have been going. There is that argument also that the current governor is softly trying to ease off the former one from his back and all of that. So these things, they may not be connected, but the mere fact that these running battles have been there and we've been seeing certain comments on social media from each of the former governor and each of the current one and all of that, as well as their loyalists. These things were, in fact, I'm really surprised that the impeachment moves were not made long before now.
All right. Jonathan, I want you to speak a bit more on the politics at play here. You know, just tell us a bit more about the politics at play here. Because sometimes these moves are not just about the issues that you see on the grounds for impeachment, but there's politics behind, you know. So tell us about the politics at play here.
It's a very funny one. At the time, what do you call it? The 10th Assembly was being inaugurated. Before it was even being inaugurated, there was a serious fight between about who should become a speaker. So we had a situation where you have a third-time member, Hillary Beaton, representing Boki 1, and then you have Elvert Ayambem from ECOM as well. Now, there was that ECOM should produce the next speaker, and so it was a back and forth. Now, during the campaigns, the former governor, while campaigning in Boki, had told the Boki people that they should vote Hillary, that he stands a good chance to become speaker. So many people thought that was tacit campaigning from an approval from the former governor that, oh, look, he's already imposing the next speaker on the Hillary Beaton, the Right Honorable Hillary Beaton. His mother is the vice chancellor of the University of Calabar. And then you have Elvert, who was campaigning, saying that he's the child of nobody, and so he understands the politicking of the House better, and he will know how to guide the House to make laws and resolutions that will, improve the lives of the common man. And that actually swayed opinion to his side. But recently, in several fora, the Right Honorable Elvert Ayambem has been repeating that story, much to the chagrin of a segment of his political party, the All Progressive Congress. And somehow there was also that a feeling that they deliberately decided to wash away anything that did with David Ayade's political structure by pushing out Hillary. Now, Hillary, despite being the most experienced member of the House, was made House Committee Chairman on Health. Meanwhile, the medical doctor, the person who is in the medical profession in the House, Right Honorable Davis Etta, representing Abi, who is also a second timer in the House, was made chairman on the House Committee on Judicial Affairs. While the only practicing lawyer in the House, Honorable Charles Thomas, was I think made the chairman House Committee on Niger Delta Affairs or something. So all of these things popped up, and there was that feeling deep within the House that things are not being done right. It's all about who they feel is loyal to the incumbent, to the Lord of the Manor right now. That's the current governor, Senator Prince. Senator.
All right, Jonathan.
That, there were also the feelings that the speaker is getting a lot of things. You may have seen the allegation that he's building a very posh mansion with that, where they even claim that people should take estate valuers there and see how much is in value, while most of the lawmakers are yet to even clear up the debts they paid for the debts they incurred in their campaign offices and all of these things. So, yeah, the politicking is really intense.
Interesting. I wanted to talk some more about Governor Basio too. You know, Cross Rivers call him the Sweet Prince. How has he responded to this evolution? We've talked about it, but just expatiated the governor's, reaction and response and role in all of this.
Funnily enough, I think Prince Basio too is, in my mind, he's playing the ostrich because he has not said anything. His press secretary, Insagil, I tried reaching him earlier to ask for comment, and there was nothing. But there was a fake post on social media that, of course, did not emanate from him, which made the comment about the situation. So the governor has kept silent. He may, at this point in time, I won't be surprised if Insagil is, when being prodded, will say that is respecting the rule of law and the principles of separation of power. I mean, we're all journalists anyway. We understand the idea of that the All Progressive Congress, which is the ruling party in the state, the chairman, Alphonsus Eboga Esquire, would have made moves to try to call meetings. But to the best of my knowledge, none of those things have happened. Now, usually in the past, when we saw these things, the Speaker of the 8th Assembly, John Gol, had to impeach his own Speaker several times. And there were always meetings with his political godfather at the time, Ali Elivoke, that would be summoned when those things happened. Even when he also was threatened with impeachment, we saw that happen. Impeachment threat. That's as much as John Gol or their predecessors faced, as it were. But there were always meetings called at the instances of the governor at Peregrino House, or which is the hall in the governor's lodge, and they sorted out whatsoever the issues were at the time. But it's surprising that the governor is staying aloof. Maybe he's trying not to, step on toes. He's trying to be. That creates a worrisome. So people are still hoping that the governor will make a lot of appointments, and they are actually banking their hopes on commissioners and House of Assembly members to achieve that. So it's in my mind, this is while for some this has increased, boosted the ratings. The reality is that this has sent a lot of All Progressive Congress members to. It has reduced the rating of the governor a bit, because some of the APC members I've spoken to who are even skeptical of even coming out in public to comment on the issue are telling me that they don't even know the position of the governor, and so they wouldn't want to offend him.
Jonathan Ugbal, stay with me and stay with us, because we will be right back to round off the conversation with you after this break. Thanks for watching. Please don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Politics HQ. We have Jonathan Ugbal. He's the acting managing director of Cross River Watch, and of course giving us an account and of course analysis of the incident at the Cross River State House of Assembly, where The lawmakers came to near blows after a move was made to impeach the Speaker of the Cross River State House of Assembly. He's told us that the Speaker says he's not been impeached, but what we saw on video showed that that Speaker had been impeached. Elvert Ayambem had been impeached for some allegations that we reeled out earlier. Jonathan, has the new Speaker been sworn in?
Like I said, I'm still looking at telling me that, asking me to confirm if Right Honorable Hillary Beaton has been elected as the new Speaker of the 10th Assembly of Cross River State. And of course, my response is that there is nothing that is cast in stone at this moment, because what is flying around is congratulations to Right Honorable Hillary Beaton as the new Speaker of Cross River State House of Assembly. But that has not been confirmed. Earlier on today, two of my colleagues actually went there by the name of Godwin Otang and of course Mary Basi, the House of Assembly correspondent. Upon reaching there, the whole place was deserted. The assembly was deserted. Not even the civil servants actually came to work. And then the police arrived and barricaded the place. And then we saw the first statement from the police public relations officer for the Cross River State Command, Superintendent of Police Irene Ugbo Itohan, saying that it will remain like that until the situation is resolved. It's not the first time the police is actually intervening in issues concerning the House of Assembly Cross River State. At the 9th Assembly, following the defection of Governor Benedict Ayade, several members defected to the All Progressive Congress as well. And the remaining members who remain with the PDP, of course, the PDP took up the court saying that their seats should be declared vacant as it were. But the police spent weeks shutting off the assembly. Civil servants were not going to work. The assembly members were not going to their offices, and no one was allowed into the House of Assembly. That's it.
All right, Jonathan, we have a little bit of interruption there, but before we go, I'd like to find out from you, how is this already or going to affect politics, governance, and peace in Cross River State? This home, known as the home of peace, is known as the people's paradise. You call it Calabar, come and live and be at rest. This political conflict, will it affect the politics, the governance, and peace and stability of Cross River State in any way, in your opinion?
Of the civil service and political state. And we see so many youth in my generation are actually looking forward not to start up businesses, but to get appointments in government as well. And like I mentioned earlier, most of them are actually looking the route of using their House of Assembly members to influence these appointments or contracts.
All right, Jonathan Obao, we have to leave with that one. Thank you very much for your time tonight. And of course, we'll keep our eyes on the situation in Cross River State, where there's a conflict and crisis in the State House of Assembly. Yet another one. Again, you add that to River State and other states currently experiencing that situation. Well, that's the size of our package tonight, and we'll return tomorrow with more conversations right here on Politics HU. Thanks for being company, and thanks to our guests who have joined us tonight. My name is Kofi Bartels. Keep watching News Central TV. Good night.